Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open for Business. And you know what? We're going to have an extended version of this show because we are in Woodstock today, and I've got Miss Angela McDaniels with me, and you are Destination Cherokee, correct?
That's correct.
That's right. And we are here to talk about the Georgia Craft Brewers Festival, which is coming to this town, correct?
That's right. That's right.
Now, what's going to be different about this show is I'm only going to do this interview, and then Miss Angela is going to take over and interview everybody else. So let's talk about this wonderful event that's coming to Woodstock.
Okay. The Georgia Craft Brewers Festival is coming to Woodstock in April. And with that, it brings a lot of visitors, which is what Destination Cherokee, Georgia is all about. So I am the tourism initiative through the Cherokee Chamber of Commerce, and we are doing tourism for all of Cherokee County. So we enjoy doing that and inviting visitors to come to our destination.
And this is a big event, correct?
It is
It's
a big
been going
event.
on for a while.
The event has been going on for a while, but this is the second year that it's been in Woodstock.
Oh.
So we're happy to have them come back and visit our town again.
Nice.
So it's very
Nice.
exciting.
So, okay, so let's talk about the event itself. What is the event about?
The event is about bringing craft brewers together and having them able to share their beer with the local people and visitors alike, and giving them the opportunity to meet those visitors one-on-one. Instead of just being in the brew room, they're in the festival having booths and sharing with them.
Now, is this an open event?
It is, and tickets are on sale now. We'll talk a little bit about that with the craft brewers.
Okay. And so is there plenty of rooms? That's every event I've ever gone to. It's like I run out of room fast. But is there hotels? It's a good location for all this, right?
There is, yes. Just around the corner, we have several hotels that are doing discounted rates, and so that's going to be out this week, I believe they said,
Okay.
for visitors to book in. So yes.
All right. So let's talk about you now. So what all do you do? I mean, I don't think you sleep.
Yeah.
By the emails that I get and the time I get them, I'm like, this woman never sleeps. Let's talk about you and let's talk about Cherokee.
Sure. Destination Cherokee has 5 cities, and so we're blessed to be able to promote and explore those 5 cities. We have Ball Ground, Canton, Holly Springs, and Waleska and Woodstock. So those 5 are very different. They all have very different personalities. And the beauty of that is that we can invite visitors, multi-generational groups, to come and visit. They can have different things to do during their stay here, but they can come back together, have a
Right.
meal, share their experiences, and enjoy talking about what they've done locally.
Okay. Now, you also are part of the chamber. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. So the hotel motel tax is what funds tourism. And so those tourism dollars come to the chamber from the county.
Right.
And we're the designated initiative for tourism across the county.
Okay. So so when you come to Cherokee County, see, I'm so used to dealing with chambers and stuff
Right,
like that
right.
are towns.
Yes.
Or cities. They're not so
The
it's,
county,
this is a
right.
unique experience for me because do you ever get to the point where all this stuff's going on and you go, oh, I forgot, or you mix things up to different what different cities there are?
Well, there are a lot of different cities that we do host, right? The 5
Yeah.
different ones. But the nice thing is it feels like a small town,
Right.
even though we have a big county, which is great. And we have different experiences for everyone, which is nice. The chamber part of that is the business to business. And then
Right.
what Destination Cherokee does is the tourism aspect of it.
Okay.
So I do some business to business, but mostly it's dealing with partners in the tourism realm.
Okay.
And helping visitors find and come to Cherokee County so they can explore, experience, and enjoy all that we have to offer here.
It is amazing that each town, because I went and looked this up.
Yes.
Each town has its own claim to fame, right?
Absolutely.
They're not all like, oh, we're the same. No, I mean they're
They
all
are.
different. You want to talk about that real quick? We got a couple of minutes.
Sure, of course. We're going to meet some of the brewers. We have 3 breweries here that we're going to talk to. One of the things that we love most is that it's all different personalities
Right.
in the brewery industry and for our county. We have the #1 gardens in all of the USA at Gibbs Gardens, which is in Ball Ground. And then downtown Ball Ground is very walkable. It has boutiques and shops, restaurants, the Vintage Burger Bus, which is extremely popular as well. Then we have Canton, which is the county seat, and it also is up and coming. They've got the mill on Etowah, which is a reimagined historic cotton mill that is now full of shops and restaurants. It has Reformation Brewery there, and lots of different things going on, events and festivals that they host there as well. Downtown Canton has boutiques and shopping.
Right.
They have live concerts that are free to the public.
And
So
they've got a
lots of
great
different
little
things.
coffee shop.
They do.
Oh my gosh.
Bazaar Coffee
Oh,
is
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then Holly Springs, it is one of the newest developments that we have going on.
Wow.
It's Holly Springs Town Center, and
Okay.
they have a beautiful historic train depot that they rent for events. They have a charcuterie place that does classes and helps build and grow that area. And then they're currently working on building an amphitheater. So they'll have some more food truck alleys and harmonies that they bring to that area. Waleska is where Reinhardt University is located, and they have the Funk Heritage Center and Fellaini Performing Arts.
Okay.
And so that's very popular in that area. And then Garland Mountain Sporting Clays is up there as well. And then we're here locally in Woodstock today.
Yes.
And Woodstock has a lot going on. Woodstock is growing. They've been very smart about what they've chosen to bring here and grow for the population. Downtown is very walkable. They have lots of parking. And then they have fantastic assets like Reformation Brewery is also here in Woodstock.
This great park back here is this location, this Reformation.
Yes.
This is amazing. I have to say, it is
I
amazing.
agree.
And then you sit over there. No, they do have live music and plays and
Correct.
stuff
That's
like that
Woodstock
out there.
Art Screen that you're
Okay.
talking about, and that's where the festival will be held.
Okay.
But they do have a lantern series that they do live concerts there
Nice.
during the spring and summer, and then Woodstock Arts does performances and that kind of thing
Okay.
in their theater indoors.
Gotcha.
So yes.
Is that a movie screen up there too? Do they
It
do movies
is.
in the park?
They have movies in the park. They
Oh.
have all kinds of different things, and I think they're going to have some World Cup watch party type things.
Oh, that's
going on,
nice.
so that'll be nice.
And it's amazing. This town is beautifully laid out. I mean, it's very walkable, which a lot of times you go somewhere and it's a great city, but you got to drive, right? But
right.
this is, and I'm looking right here, and there's places to eat, there's places to shop, there's places to drink, of course, right?
That's right.
And I'm smelling breakfast from somewhere. I don't know where that's coming from, but that is going to be a spot for us to check out
That's
next time
right.
I come to Woodstock. So have I missed anything that you need to tell everybody at home?
No,
What time's the event?
The event is starting at 12 for VIP, and then every general admissions 1 o'clock, ends at 5. And then we're also going to talk about the different things like Dixie Speedway is opening night that night. So
Oh.
it's the only dirt track in Metro Atlanta.
Right.
So they are having opening night that evening. There's restaurants downtown and music, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So there's a lot going on.
I can't believe how close it is to Atlanta. Right.
That's-
When I was driving here, I mean, you always, you hear the names and stuff like that, but it's like, oh, where's it at? And then
40
I mean,
minutes, right?
Yeah,
It's
40
very,
and I'm
very easy.
We were out away from Somerville, that area over there. So,
Yes.
so once again, let's go over the date, the time, and where can they find out more information?
Absolutely. April 11th is a Saturday, and it's going to be from 12 to 5 for the Georgia Craft Brewers Festival. And then it's here locally in Woodstock at the Woodstock Event Green. And it will be fantastic. You can go to the website for Destination Cherokee GA, or you can visit Woodstock, Georgia, or the Georgia Craft Brewers Guild. So all of those places have the information.
Fun. All right,
Very good.
everybody. You know what? Thanks for watching. We got great interviews coming up. Miss Angela's going to bring all these wonderful people up here to tell you all about the event, all about their locations, so that way you can come and visit. We'll be right back after these messages.
Well, welcome back. And today I have Spencer Nix, CEO of Reformation Brewery, with me. And we wanted to talk about the Georgia Craft Brewers Festival that's coming to Woodstock. But first, tell me about Reformation Brewery. I know there's got to be a backstory. How did this come about?
Oh man, I don't know how long we have. I'll try to keep it tight. I'm Spencer, CEO, co-founder of the brewery. We're going to be celebrating 13 years this year. I'm celebrating my 50th birthday along with America's 250. So
like
yeah. But no, this really started around a community of people here in North Georgia, Cherokee County, gathering around some homemade product, handcrafted beers. We're brewing more than we could possibly drink, so we kind of made it into a business and started as one of the smallest breweries ever to start in the state of Georgia, here in Woodstock, and it's been drinking from a fire hydrant ever since, as
Absolutely.
we've scaled and sustained this business for coming up on 13 years. Very proud of what we've built here at Reformation. We feel like we are part of the heart of the community, and looking forward to the next 13 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I know there's foundations that you've built your business on.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah.
About those?
We're a values-based, vision-based business. We didn't get into this for just making great craft products. We really did get into this to try to connect the community back to itself. And in today's age, I think it's more needed than ever. We consider our venues a third space in our community between work and home, where people can put down their phone, have a genuine conversation, and get to know your neighbors a little better and meet new friends as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we like to call this Woodstock's backyard,
Yeah.
which, as you can see, is beautiful. They have a lot of events and that kind of thing, which is fantastic. And tell me about this beautiful elm tree.
Yeah, so this is a winged elm. The Georgia Forestry Commission named it the second largest in the state of Georgia, but it is still growing, and the first largest, I think, is in Marietta, and it's gone dormant, so it still has a chance to become the largest winged elm in the state.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, and I love that you're sustaining that community feel with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people love to gather around it. It's obviously a natural resource, and it's like a magnet for people to come and simmer down, have a beer, have an RTD, and enjoy the afternoon.
That's fantastic. Well, craft beer tastes better because of the people that are making it. So tell me about your team. I know there's a great team around you.
Yeah, Reformation is fortunate enough to employ 125 local folks, and my team is what makes this place go. They buy into our values, they buy into our vision, they know what we're trying to be and trying to do in the community. We're not just slinging products and giving you something else to purchase. We're trying to create a space and a place and a vibe that is comfortable, and we're not gatekeeping. Everyone's welcome here, and come as you are and get to know people.
Right, and you have both Woodstock and Canton in Cherokee County.
Yes, two
Very
locations.
Different personalities, though.
Yeah,
which is fun. Tell us a little
I
bit.
call it. It's the same Reformation house. They're just different rooms, right?
Oh, I love it.
And down here in Woodstock, we get to do our R&D, where we can try new and crazy, wonderful things, and then Canton's where we kind of scale up, and then we send out our products into distribution across the state. But in Canton, we have the historic mill, which is just an awesome development right on the Etowah River. Going to be celebrating the festival this weekend. Can't wait for that with the Wildlife Expo. But also here in Woodstock, it's more of that neighborhood feel. It is the backyard of Woodstock, where people want to come hang out, take their kids to the playground, catch an art show, in the evening.
Downtown's so walkable too,
Absolutely.
which is so nice.
Yeah. Woodstock's done an incredible job with their walkability and really their planning. So
That's
fortunate
fantastic.
to be here.
Well, and I know you collaborate with Woodstock, but you also collaborate with other breweries too.
Yeah, that's part of really what's awesome about our industry. It's very collaborative. We are competitors, but we really don't see ourselves as competitors. We're all fighting a bigger cause and against bigger entities. So we try to work together to take some market share from big beer, and craft beer is really, really small comparatively speaking. So it opens the door for that collaboration to happen naturally, and you get to come up. You learn something new with everyone you collaborate, both within the brewing world world, other craft breweries, but also we collaborate with other organizations and nonprofits that helps us give back to the community, and that's always fun and meaningful as well.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and a couple of those tourism-wise
Yeah.
would be Georgia Impact, right?
Yes.
They have a great collaboration with you
Yes.
guys for ranch water.
Yep. We do a ranch water for them every year. We've been a sponsor of their WPSL team for, I think, about 4 years now. They're a great organization to work with. They're doing an awesome job with the Cherokee Youth Foundation. We love
Absolutely.
being a part of that and getting to see that. Obviously, in the alcohol space, we don't get to be directly involved with youth for obvious purposes. So it's an easier way for us to give back and, help those organizations make that impact.
Right. And
Yeah.
then Alma Coffee.
Yes,
You guys
yes.
have a
Yes,
couple
Alma.
of collaborations.
Alma has been fantastic partners of ours. They're a actual farm in Honduras, all the
Exactly.
way to the roastery. We buy it from them. They're very responsive because sometimes we're late on getting our orders in, but they bring it immediately. That's what I love about being local because they're 3 miles down the road. It's easy to get the product, but also get to know the people. Harry's just been a great partner.
Absolutely.
And we love Alma.
Yes, they have a great farm to cup
Yeah.
product. So
Absolutely.
fantastic. And then you do the base camp series as well.
Yeah. Base camp was something that we saw Woodstock promoting kind of as the being the base camp to your adventure
Absolutely.
in North Georgia, and we wanted to have kind of a rotating product to go along and celebrate the trails and the natural spaces of North Georgia and Cherokee County. So we released that series kind of in collaboration with Woodstock, and it's gone well. I think we're on probably number 12 of that series,
That's fantastic.
and people look forward to the next one.
Well, tell me what you're most looking forward to about the Brewers Festival
Yeah,
that's coming in.
the Georgia Craft Brewers Festival is just an awesome opportunity for us to show off our community. We have so much going on in North Georgia, and a lot of times, people don't make it past the perimeter when they think about craft beer. But we have
Right.
a lot going on up here, and last year was a fantastic. I think it opened up a lot of eyes, and I'm hoping we're going to have another great day of weather and having over 50 breweries from around the state come here, show off their product right here in our community. It's just incredible opportunity and celebration of what our industry is about.
And the fun part is there's also awards for you guys.
Yeah. We get to compete with each other, and we're doing a few collaborations with other local breweries. Reformation is, so they'll be featured at the event and at the festival, and then we'll be celebrating here at the tap room all weekend.
And then regionally, you just won an award.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. Sorry.
I think in December it was World Beer. Or
Oh
something.
yeah. Actually,
Regional.
that I can't remember what it was.
No problem.
You have to cut that out.
So many things are happening.
Yeah,
right?
there's so much happening. Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
I sometimes have to have my my marketing person tell me what was that we won? What was that? What's that coming out? What's next?
Right.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I
we do
love it.
over about 350 events a year, and we do about 125 products. So it can be a lot to keep up with.
Well, and you have different events every week, right? That you do
Yeah.
Music bingo and all kinds
yeah,
of
we
different
have the
things.
ongoing, weekly events, and then we have the one-off events, and it varies, like a wildlife expo to a Taylor Swift night.
Right.
But they're all kind of rooted in the same strategy of trying to, bring people together. We're always trying to have a bigger purpose and a bigger cause than just the thing that it is, the what, and why are we doing it? And that's what
Absolutely.
drives us.
Well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
hosting us here and showing us
Absolutely.
Woodstock's
Thank
backyard.
y'all for being here.
And we're going to come back in just a few minutes with a few other breweries and also visit Woodstock. Welcome back. And we are speaking with Chris Nelson. She's the owner of Rock Solid Brewing Company, Jill of all trades, and all the other things that go with that. Chris, welcome.
Thanks. It's great to be here. I'm glad we're celebrating the festival. It's great.
I think it's going to be so much fun. Well, I want you to tell me a little bit about how long you've owned Rock Solid and what's going on. What's
Okay.
happening in Ball Ground?
Oh, sure. Yeah, tiny little ball ground. We are 5 years old. We celebrated our 5th anniversary in December of last year. It was arduous to get started during the pandemic, but we've made it this far and we're still going. So
That's
that's
amazing.
exciting. Yeah, we're community based. There's owners, and then there's a lot of partners or patrons who come in every single day. So we're very grateful for the support that Ball Ground has given us. And with, in the summertime, there's a lot of festivals. And then in the fall, everyone's heading up to the mountains. So we get a lot of through traffic. And then, of course, it starts off last weekend with Gibbs Gardens opening up with all of their daffodils. Yeah. So
That's
it's great.
amazing.
Yeah. We have a great spot. We're really glad to be there.
That's amazing. And it's really grown. It has food delivery from across the way at some of the
Right.
restaurants. And so it's a very welcoming space.
Yeah. Yeah. Ball Ground is the downtown area is only 3 blocks long. And the city has provided plenty of parking. So when you come into Ball Ground, we're right at the end of 575. When you come into Ball Ground, find a space to park and come over to the brewery or visit any of the restaurants. They're all remarkably good. And just enjoy the day in Ball Ground. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, lots of festivals, which is very fun.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me a little bit about the names of some of your beer. I love
Sure.
all of the stuff. There's like Linger Longer Lager and
Right.
Queen's Bee's Knees and
Yes.
Night Shift and Midnight Trucker.
Right.
Tell us about that. There's got to be stories behind some of those.
Sure. Well, so the name of the brewery is Rock Solid. And when you come up north, you will note that the towns all around that area are used to be manufacturers or fabricators of marble. So even in our brewery, the bar area is all marble tile. So when we first came to Ball Ground, there were still marble trucks, all running up and down the street, and marble would just fall off the truck everywhere. So it's the quarry is not too far away. So we celebrate that. We have quite a few fun names.
Yes.
So the first is in October. The end of September. We always celebrate Rocktoberfest, and we have a big German fair, so that's kind of fun, and the beer is called Rocktoberfest. We have, in the summertime, our beer that everyone in town drinks is called Bee's Knees, and so in the summertime, we add 60 pounds of honey to it, local honey, from just
amazing.
literally
I
3
love it.
blocks away,
Yes.
where the bees live, right next to the botanical gardens, which is a nice spot to visit. So we add 60 pounds of honey, and we call it Queen Bees, and we have a little festival. So we have trivia, and this past year we made mud balls full of pollinator seeds and launched
that's
them.
fun.
Yeah, we had a little trebuchet, and we launched them into the back lot, and so we just have a good time for families.
That's great.
It's a good time. Linger Longer Lager is also a fan favorite in town, and there used to be a gas station / soda jerk place that was called the Linger Longer. It was also a little gas station, I believe. So it was a long time ago. We have black and white photos of it, and so naturally our lager had to be called the Linger Longer Lager.
I love it.
And the last one is, luckily, we have won several awards, national awards for our beer, and we're very proud of it. One of the first ones was for a Czech lager. So in the international lager category, we won for a dark Czech lager, which we called Midnight Trucker, because we have a gentleman who comes in almost every day and always drinks dark beer. He is a retired truck driver, and his CB handle was Midnight.
I love it.
So we called it Midnight Trucker. So we have T-shirts, and
That's
we
fun.
produce it a couple times a year. Yes.
And congratulations on
Thanks.
winning those awards too.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
thanks.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
Well, and that kind of stuff is what brings people back. That the loyalty there, the community that you've created.
Yeah.
So I love to hear those stories
Yeah.
because they're based on real people it's happening.
Right.
And the quality of the beer is from the ingredients. So tell
Right.
me a little bit about the ingredients that you guys use.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, last week I was judging a 4-H fair.
Oh,
and
fun.
so I made sure all the students knew, we are an agricultural business. We buy a lot of our grain comes from either Wisconsin or from North Carolina. And the hops come from typically out in the state of Washington, and then the water is local. So you need grain and water and yeast and hops to make beer. And so the yeast is all around us, right?
Right.
And then the water is particularly good in Ball Ground. And I was just telling the city manager that this morning
Thank you so
again.
much, right?
Yeah. Ball Ground has been known for really good water across the state. It comes from a marble aquifer, as I mentioned before. So our water is very high in calcium, which makes our dark beers in particular taste even better.
Oh, that's amazing.
It causes some, we have to try a little bit harder to keep all of the calcium deposits off of the equipment,
Right.
but it definitely adds to the flavor and makes our beer that much more different, and just another reason to come to Ball Ground and try our beer.
That's right. And they have to come for some of the festivals anyway, so
That's
they might
right.
as well enjoy
That's right.
rock
A
solid when they
cool-
get there.
Right, exactly. A
That's
cool
amazing.
brew.
So tell me about what happens after that process with the byproduct, because I know you guys do something very fun.
Oh, yes. That was the other thing I was talking to the children about last week is, so once you make beer, you have all this spent grain, all this wet oatmeal looking grain, and then yeast, a lot of wet yeast. So we give that to farmers. So we have some local trucks that come in once a week after we brew, and they pick up big feed barrels of what looks like wet oatmeal. And then they give that, in this area, it primarily goes to either pigs or calves, because we're small enough that we only have enough really for calves. And apparently the calves hear the truck, they smell the grain, and they come running. This is what
I
we've been
love
told.
it.
Yeah.
So see
to
your
the farm.
community
Yep.
for them too. I love
Right.
it.
And the spent yeast ends up on field crops
Okay.
to regenerate the soil.
Well, and I love that sustainability,
Yes.
that you guys are creating there. So that's fantastic.
Yes, and actually, last year we started giving out the grain bags that we use. So the grain comes in these really nice bags, and we started handing those out to locals, as many as they want, and you can use them as planters for the summer. So last year we planted potatoes.
love it.
Invited the community in. We all planted potatoes, and then we did blueberries, and
That's
so
fun.
yeah, you'll see several grain bags around town
Right.
filled with people's crops.
Well, tell me about the festival. I know it was here in Woodstock last year.
Yes.
And what are you looking most forward to pouring this season?
Oh, sure. So this festival is focused on collaborations. I mean, it's a guild festival, and so it's all the breweries around Georgia are invited to attend. And there's a contest that I guess emanates from it. So the night before, there are awards given out.
Very fun.
For collaborations. So the awards are for best collaborations. The last 2 years, we did a collaboration with Reformation, and we won.
Oh, that's fun.
So this year we thought we'd take our winnings and try it with a couple other breweries.
Fun.
It's a lot of fun, and then it's sort of cute. The brewers walk around with the medals on their chest. They're very proud of
Absolutely.
it. So
Yep.
it's really sweet. So it's fun to go around and try the different collaborations as well.
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And thank you
Good.
so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
We're going to come back in just a little bit and talk more with Visit Woodstock and with the Brewers Guild. Welcome back. And I have with me Brian Stockton, CEO of Visit Woodstock, Georgia. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely, anytime.
Well, I appreciate this beautiful Woodstock backyard that we're sitting here at Reformation. But tell me more about all that's going on in Woodstock, the city, and for tourism.
Okay, so Visit Woodstock is the city's destination marketing organization. We've been around since 2006, but as an independent organization since 2020. And we've got a board of directors that is appointed through our tourism partners, and we've got a staff of 5 2/3
Right.
that help run the organization, and we're housed in the city's economic development department. So we do a multitude of things, including operating a visitor center, a regional visitor center here in the city that has, of course, a lot of Woodstock merchandise, but also tourism assets from across the whole state of Georgia,
Right.
and information there. So we do that. We sponsor a lot of events, and then we host our own events like the Farmers Market and Family Fun Nights, being sip-in shops, and pub crawl series that's been very popular over the past 5 or 6 years.
And there's
So
actually a St. Patty's Day pub crawl this weekend, I believe.
there is. It's next weekend.
Next
it's not.
weekend,
Yes, it's
yes.
on the 14th, I believe.
14th. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, so
It's
that
very
would be our
popular.
next one. Yeah.
Well, and Woodstock's this place where they can be on a trail this morning and then go shopping after they have lunch downtown and then stay the evening and have live music and all these different things. Tell us about some of the different partners that you guys have locally.
Yeah, so we do. We have centered everything actually on this area right here in downtown. So right across the street next to the shipping containers, which are actually public restrooms. We've got the start of our regional trail network. So that's a multi-use trail that will one day here soon connect into Cobb County, and will connect to the Silver Comet and to the Beltline through
That's
Cobb
amazing.
County's extensive trail network. And we wanted that to end right here in downtown, so you could come park here, go on your adventure, and come right back to grab a beer and something to eat at the end of it.
I love it.
But we've also centered around entertainment, really leaned into the Woodstock concert brand with lots of live music venues. The city does a fabulous free concert series that's one of the biggest in the Southeast every summer.
With big names that come in
With
too,
big
which
names,
is fun.
yes. We've got an amphitheater that capacity says it's 7,500, and we had about 16,000 at one of the concerts last summer. So, yeah, it's all focused on that, and then also a lot of independently owned, unique food and beverage operations. So, like right from where we're sitting right now, there's 40 opportunities to eat and drink and get sweet treats and all of that good stuff. So.
Well, and when the weather's nice, there's nice patios. There's a couple of rooftop
There
that we
is,
can
yeah.
sit on, but then you can also do indoor if you prefer that.
Yes.
So it's very nice,
Yes,
very
something
nice.
for everybody.
Fantastic. Well, one of the things that I hear the most often is people love to come here and they think they're coming for an hour or so, and then they decide to stay for
Right.
longer
Yeah.
because of all the different things that are going on, which is fun.
Yeah.
That energy in downtown Woodstock, I think, is part of what has made it such a great tourist destination. And it makes it easy from Destination Cherokee to promote that as one of the things in the county, to do. And then we have the dirt track just up the way. It's
Yeah, Dixie Speedway.
Dixie Speedway.
Been around since the 40s or 50s.
Yes.
Racing on Friday and Saturday nights. Very popular. They took a couple years off, but they're back racing and have a pretty full schedule this summer.
Right.
And so
And
that's
then-
always a very interesting experience if you've never been before. And even if you're not a race fan, just going out there and taking it in is
Right.
quite an evening.
And the outlet mall is right here too.
Yes.
So that's we're just 40 minutes north of Atlanta.
Right.
So it's so close and convenient, but yet still a trip that's a getaway, which
Right.
is fantastic.
And a lot of our marketing that we've done is really to people in the metro Atlanta area. So we look at tourists. Tourists is really anybody from outside the city coming into the city to do something,
Correct. Absolutely.
And so we really do want to let people know that might be inside the perimeter that we are only 30 minutes away, and it's not a whole weekend trip that you have to have. Although we would love to have you for the weekend because we want
Absolutely.
you to
There's
stay in our
plenty to
hotels.
do. Just depends on their time frame.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, tell me about the Craft Beer Festival coming here. It's going to be in April and what that means for the city.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity last year to partner with Reformation and the Georgia Craft Brewers Guild, and also our partners at Woodstock Arts, which is the who managed the property that it's on last year, to host it for the first time outside of the perimeter. And I think from all accounts I heard, it was very successful. I was there. It was a good time for everybody, and we're excited to have them back, and hopefully maybe as a permanent piece of events that we have here in Woodstock. So.
Absolutely. And the nice thing is it's such a walkable downtown that when they're finished with the Craft Brewing Festival, they could wander downtown, grab something to eat. Dixie's opening that night, so
Right.
that's their
Okay.
opening night. And
Nice.
so
Okay.
that'll be a nice tie-in that they could go in and enjoy that and then stay overnight if they'd like, have brunch
Absolutely.
the next morning, head back to their area. So
Yeah.
that's very fun. Okay, great. So what other fantastic things? I know there's some things coming up that's happening in Woodstock, different events coming up, and then I also think there's a hotel planned
There
for
is.
the future. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about those.
So I think our next event is in a couple Thursdays. We've got our first sip and shop, which is really geared towards our retailers. So we usually get about 20 participants to have a night of sipping and shopping. So you buy a ticket, you get a commemorative tote bag with a lot of coupons and bounce back coupons and offers for the participants in there. But then each shop also provides some light bites and treats along the way. So that's always a popular kickoff for the year. And then kind of right after that, our farmers market starts, and that's always a huge a huge event for us every Saturday starting in mid-April through December, and it actually takes place right here on this street as well and in Reformation's backyard. So we do live music on the stage right here every so often, and then have 45 to 50 vendors that actually grow their own product here. So we actually inspect
That's
farms,
fantastic.
and they're all local
wow, that's
people to
amazing.
make sure that they're not importing it from elsewhere. So,
Right.
And so we do have, as part of our downtown city center development across the street from the amphitheater, we have a letter of intent with a hotel group to build a 125-room boutique hotel.
That's fantastic.
And also it'll have a conference and meeting space, which we are sorely lacking here. So we're excited to get something like that here where we can host
Yes.
conferences and weddings and events like that.
That's
So,
amazing.
yes.
That's amazing. Well, what else do we need to know about Visit Woodstock, GA?
Our website is visitwoodstockga.com. We've got a very robust event calendar and business listing on there for anywhere in the city, not just downtown. So, like you mentioned, the outlet mall, we've got things that go on in Rope Mill Park, which has mountain bike trails. We are a mountain bike destination, and we do have a lot of people come out and spend their days on the trails and their evenings in downtown. So you'll
Right.
come through and see kayaks and bikes and all that stuff on cars, and having dinner and stuff. So
Well,
there's
and-
always something going on.
Absolutely. And the visitor center that you mentioned is in the historic Dean store
It
that
is,
was
yeah.
from Woodstock Pass.
Yeah,
So that's
the
fantastic.
original pharmacy / general store in town, and we've kept some of the history that tells stories throughout the space, and then have a lot of visitor information and Woodstock branded stuff
That's
for you.
fantastic. That's fantastic. And I know the team is fantastic. They're easy to work with and always responsive, which is fantastic. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to having visitors come in for all kinds of things, but especially for the Brewers Festival that's coming up. There's plenty of parking.
Yes.
New parking deck that's been about a year open, I guess.
Yeah, we've
and
got a parking deck that has 635 free spaces in it, and it's about quarter mile from where
Yeah,
we're
not
sitting
very
right
far at
now.
all.
And then we've turned some of the on-street parking downtown is a paid system, but it's only about 19% of the spaces downtown. So there's always
Yes.
free parking close by if you're not wanting to pay
I
for the
love it.
premium parking. So
Well, even that, though, it's not very expensive.
it's not. The
it's
first
very-
hour is free, and then after that, it's $2 an hour. So the most
Yeah.
you're going to pay is $4. If you want to stay longer than 3 hours, we'd love to have you, but go to one of those long-term parking
Right.
free spots that are
Exactly.
around. So
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here,
Absolutely.
telling us about Visit Woodstock, and welcoming visitors all the time.
Yeah,
So I
thanks
appreciate
for having
that.
me.
Thanks so much.
Right.
Welcome back. And we are here with Joseph Cortez. He is the founder and owner of the Georgia Craft Brewers Guild.
Executive director.
Executive director.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you. I appreciate that.
absolutely.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
Well, tell me a little bit about the Guild and why the Guild's important for the craft brewer industry.
Well, thanks, Angela. It's a pleasure to join you. The Georgia Craft Brewers Guild is the 501c6 trade association for the craft independent brewing industry in Georgia. And all that means is that we serve small and independent breweries across the state through advocacy, education, and awareness. So we're a really important organization that makes sure that our breweries are thriving in communities like Cherokee County and like Woodstock across Georgia.
And the networking opportunities that are there too, which is fantastic, that you provide
absolutely.
for the smaller breweries as they're getting started and learning the craft and collaborating. You guys are big on collaborations as well.
We're huge on collaborations. The industry is very actually supportive of one another. I mean, there's certainly competition in the industry, which we support. It's good for consumers, it's good for businesses, but also I think our craft brewing community is so collaborative and so supportive of each other, and you see that really play out in the Guild and our events and the different touch points that we have throughout the year, including the festival. It really is a great community to be a part of.
And it helps the quality be higher, right? When everyone's learning from each other and growing in the industry itself. So that's fantastic.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, tell me about the festival. It's coming in April to Woodstock's backyard and the Woodstock Art Screen. What is that festival going to look like? What can visitors expect to find when they get here?
Well, we're super excited to return to Woodstock for the second year. The Georgia Craft Brewers Festival on April 11th will feature over 60 craft breweries from across the state. We'll literally have beer from coastal Georgia through South Georgia, middle Georgia, all the way up to the North Georgia mountains and everywhere in between. including all across Metro Atlanta. So you really get to have a great sampling and cross-section of Georgia beer from across the Peach State, which we're really excited about. It's the only festival that exclusively features Georgia craft beer. So we like to bill ourselves as the official festival of Georgia craft beer.
I love it. And that festival experience, it's going to be 50 plus brewers there.
That's right.
They're going to be pouring their different beers that they are submitting for awards. I think you're doing awards the night before.
We're doing awards for some collaboration brews special for this
Fun.
festival. We encourage our members to collaborate with each other, to collaborate with other businesses, other companies, restaurants. We've had breweries that collaborate with nonprofits, and it's just a really exciting opportunity to not only display the collaborative nature of our industry, but really get the public involved in that as well, to come and taste specialty brews that you can only find here at the festival. And also, we make it groovy. So I don't know if you're going to touch on that, on the theme.
I would love for you to tell us about the theme. I know that it's going to be a groovy time.
So we're in Woodstock, Georgia, no doubt, but we really love kind of playing into the idea of the Woodstock festival vibe, making it groovy. And our attendees last year have really played into that. And our members, you'll have that kind of 1969 Woodstock atmosphere and festival. We're
That's
really
fun.
leaning into that. It makes it fun and, adds that more festive kind of retro vibe, which people love.
Retro, bright colors, lots of tie-dye.
We encourage you to come in theme. Bring your tie-dye. Bring it all.
That's fun.
Show up in your designated driver, Volkswagen van.
I love it.
So, yeah.
I love it. That sounds great. And then also, I know previously you'd been inside the perimeter. What drove you to coming to Woodstock and Cherokee County for this festival? Last year was the first year. This will be our second year hosting. So what brought you here?
Yeah, well, Woodstock and Cherokee County have been a great host. So very welcoming with open arms, and we've had a lot of support here in the community, and that certainly helps. We're a statewide organization, so there are a number of places we could go. We were in Atlanta, ITP as we call it, for a few years, and that was great. But I think for our growth and for the industry, there's a lot of just checks we can mark off that are up here. A growing community that's very supportive of our kind of core and base of craft beer. It fits in with that demographic. It's a beautiful physical site
And
to
walkable.
come. Walkable,
Which is nice.
There's
Yep.
plenty of other folks. We encourage folks to stay the night, to come up and visit, and really make it that whole festival atmosphere. So it's been kind of a no-brainer for us. Brings our members from all across the state as well, breweries, to kind of spend a weekend here. And
Right. I love it. So then when they come in April 11th, it's on a
April
Saturday. VIP entrance, I think, is at 12.
12, yep.
Tell us a little bit what the VIPs stand for what they're going to expect, and then also what the next group coming in at 1, what that will look like for visitors.
Yeah, that's great. So our VIP are very important persons, and everybody's a VIP to some degree. I mean, you're going to feel like, you have a great experience no matter what, but we do elevate that a little bit for our so-called VIPs that get an hour early entrance. And along with that, they will actually get some specialty pours that are exclusive to the VIP experience. They're also going to get catering. So we're going to feed our VIPs, which is very important for a beer festival, and making sure you've got that food. They're going to get a really groovy special T-shirt that goes along with the theme.
Very fun.
And, they're going to get to go and hang out with our breweries in a pretty small group
That's
for
excellent.
an hour.
And then the festival goers that come in at 1, what does that look like?
Festival goers that come in at 1, it's going to be a party. We'll have live music. We will have Seed and Feed marching band from Atlanta, which is really exciting. It's
That's very
they're
fun.
going to be marching around the festival again and playing some of those groovy tunes. We're going to have a costume contest.
Oh,
So for
fun.
everybody that really wants to
Dress
lean
up.
into the theme,
I like
dress
it.
up, bring your best. And yeah, it's going to be great.
Okay, and what advice would you give to those that aren't sure if they're coming yet, they're thinking about it? What would your advice be for them to get off the fence and decide on visiting?
Well, it's a no-brainer. We're going to have, not only is it a celebration of craft beer, but we're going to have craft spirits, mixed cocktails for you to try, some wine. We're really leaning into all things Georgia. Great vendors, great arts market as well. So it's bring your folks that maybe aren't as into beer. Of course, we're all about beer.
Sure.
But we're all about celebrating, all things
Community.
Georgia that day and community. So bring your family, bring your friends. Try to stay the night. Plan for a designated driver, carpool, all of that. Be safe, and you're going to find a great time.
I love it. That sounds
Yeah.
great. Well, and I know too that there's some discounts for staying overnight. So if you decide to stay and enjoy going to Dixie Speedway that night
right.
for their opening night, or enjoying dinner downtown, it's so walkable, that's just around the corner. So they can find that on your website.
You can find that on the website. We'll have that coming out on social media as well.
Perfect.
So you can look at the festival social media page, and tickets are limited. So if you're interested, don't wait on it. We want to make sure that you
We're
get you and your
almost
friends.
exactly a month out. So
That's right. So it's time to get tickets, and we're actually up against an early bird kind of advanced ticket pricing. So right now is the last chance to get your tickets before they go up to that final price, and you can save some money right now.
Right. And then are there walk-up tickets available? They're just a little bit higher pricing?
They're a little bit higher priced, and they're going to be very limited.
Right.
So we encourage folks to buy tickets in advance. We will have some walk-up tickets available, but we don't want to turn anybody away. So
Sure,
let's
sure.
get those tickets sold online beforehand.
I love it. And then also we have this wonderful festival coming to Woodstock. We appreciate you guys choosing Cherokee County and Woodstock to host the festival, and we're looking forward to it.
Glad to be here. Thanks for welcoming us once again with open arms.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.